The battlefield on Carthos 4 was a wasteland of burning wreckage and blackened soil. Plasma fire still crackled in the distance, the air heavy with the smell of scorched metal. The Vornak 3rd Infantry stood in the ruins of what had once been a Terran forward outpost, victorious, or so they believed. Sergeant Krivak, a towering reptilian soldier clad in segmented armor, surveyed the carnage. "So these are the humans," he said, nudging a shattered helmet with his clawed foot. "Not so terrifying up close." Private Zor, younger and less certain, glanced around nervously. "The stories say they adapt to anything, sir. That they improvise." Krivak laughed, a low rumble. "Improvise?" This outpost fell in under an hour. Then, faintly, they heard it. A metallic clink, somewhere among the ruins. The Vornak squad fanned out cautiously, weapons ready. They found nothing at first, until Zor spotted movement in the shadows of a collapsed wall. A human soldier was there, half buried under rubble, his uniform torn and bloodied. He should have been unconscious. He should have been dying. Instead, he was working. The human, Corporal Elias Grant, according to the battered name patch, had stripped the power cell from a destroyed plasma rifle and was rewiring it with parts scavenged from 3 other broken weapons. Krivak barked an order. "Drop it, human." Grant looked up, calm despite being surrounded by enemies. "Give me a minute," he said. "This will be easier for both of us." The Vornak hesitated. No one had spoken to them like that before, not even armed enemies. Krivak motioned for his troops to seize him, but before they could move, Grant finished twisting 2 wires together. The makeshift device in his hands hummed ominously. "What is that?" Zor asked, taking an involuntary step back. Grant smiled faintly. "A message." He slammed the power cell into the ground. A blinding pulse of energy erupted, knocking the Vornak squad off their feet and disabling every weapon within 20 meters. Grant didn't run. He picked up a shard of jagged metal, just scrap really, and advanced. The fight that followed was not a fight in the traditional sense. It was a lesson. Grant used the terrain, ricocheting debris into one soldier's face, kicking another into a half-collapsed wall. He blinded one with dust, tripped another into a burning wreck, and disarmed Krivak with nothing but a twist of the wrist and a well-placed elbow. Within 2 minutes, the entire Vornak squad was down. Breathing hard but still standing, Grant picked up a fallen comm unit. "Command," he said into it. "Tell the rest of your troops to go home. This planet's not worth the trouble." He tossed the device back onto the ground and walked away into the smoke. Hours later, in a debrief aboard the Vornak flagship, Krivak sat before his commander. His armor was dented, his pride shattered. "1 human," the commander repeated slowly. "Unarmed, outnumbered, and he defeated your entire squad." Krivak's throat tightened. He didn't fight like a soldier. He fought like the battlefield itself was his weapon. Every object, every piece of terrain, every mistake we made, he turned it against us. The commander frowned. "So that's why they call humans the most lethal warriors." "No," Krivak said quietly. "That's not why. It's because they learn. Every second you fight them, they're learning how to beat you. And once they do, you've already lost." The report spread quickly through the Vornak military. Training simulations began featuring human tactics. Recruits were told to expect the unexpected. And a quiet order was passed down from the highest command. Avoid direct engagement with human forces whenever possible. On Carthos 4, far from the war councils, Corporal Elias Grant sat by a campfire with the few survivors of his outpost. He handed a battered ration pack to the medic and stared into the flames. The galaxy still didn't understand. Humans didn't fight because they loved war. They fought because when someone came to take what was theirs, they had no choice. And once a human decided they weren't going to lose, they wouldn't.